Hi there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sarah with Jujube Crafts and More. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is a collaboration video with Sue at Discovering the Art of Living. She's hosting an open collaboration for anyone who wants to join and has picked 12 of her very favorite movies to inspire your creativity. So go check out Sue's channel if you want more information on how you can join in this fun collab. And don't forget to hit the hashtag to follow all the other amazing artists that have created something with this week's movie theme. Today's movie theme is The Grinch, and so I have created some ornaments and some decorations inspired by the 1966 Grinch movie, and I am doing a small tree decorate with me. I picked up these little trees from Michael's this year, and usually we have one live tree that we get about middle of December, and it's usually like a 11-foot Christmas tree, but I wanted to do something a little earlier this year, and so I went to Michael's and I picked up two actually of their $20 Christmas trees. So this little tree is getting the Grinch theme treatment. So first I added some pink garland that I made, and I will add timestamps of some of the decorations that I made in the description box down below. So if you want to go check out how a certain thing was made or want to watch the process video on it, you can click on the timestamp and then go to that part of the video. And then I'm just adding on some clear balls that I glittered in some bright bold colors, and I'm showing you here a little wreath that I made using the iridescent trees from the Dollar Tree. I just cut the branches off and made little wreaths out of them, and then I painted the edges of them with different colors. Now, in the 1960s, I also was inspired by just the look of the trees in the 1960s, and tinsel was a, big thing. A lot of people use tinsel on their trees, and so these little ornaments are my nod to tinsel, because there is no way I'm putting tinsel on my tree in my house. I'd have a cat or a dog eat it, and then we'd be in trouble. So these are the little ornaments that I created. I used the Dollar Tree belt ornaments, and I just filled in the empty space with some spackle, and then I painted a background on them, and then drew and painted the characters as well. So it's a little intimidating to share your art, especially when you're copying such famous characters. So I think they turned out pretty good. I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, professionally or whatever. I just kind of dabble in it and enjoy it. So yeah, but I thought these turned out pretty cute. So they're gonna go on my tree as well. And of course they'll be out front as main focal pieces. So did I mention this before? I can't remember. We have a Thanksgiving tradition where my mom comes over on Thanksgiving Eve, and we kick off our Christmas season by watching the Grinch movie. We have Grinch cookies, which are actually just Rice Krispie treats that I use green coloring on and add a little heart to the top. And then we wear our Grinch pajama bottoms, and we just sit back and enjoy each other's company and watch the Grinch and get into the Christmas spirit. So I added a couple little drums and a little present, because you'll see that on the tree in the movie from Cindy Lou Who's house. And then finally I created this little fireplace. This is the fireplace where he comes down the chimney and he kind of peeks out. So yeah. And here is a quick look at everything put together. I did add a couple of little wreaths because those wreaths are pretty prominent in the Grinch movie itself. I wanted to add those to my wall there. And I actually have some more decorations that I'll be working on this season to add to my little Grinch wall here. I think this turned out pretty cute, and I'm really excited about my little mini Grinch Christmas tree, and I'll be looking forward to adding more ornaments and more decorations in the future. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any special traditions that you do on Thanksgiving night. And here's a closer look at how these little ornaments turned out. And here is the process of the ornaments. I thought I was recording when I was drawing these on, but I discovered later that I wasn't. So you're just gonna see the painting portion of these ornaments, but I did draw them on beforehand using just a regular lead pencil so that I had some guidelines. And you can see maybe over on the right hand side there that I had some reference photos because there's no way I could draw from my brain these things. So I definitely had to have some reference photos to create them. So I'm just going to quit yapping, and you can sit back and enjoy watching these ornaments come to life. And this is my process video for the fireplace. I just used foam core board, and I didn't measure anything out. I just kind of took the space that I knew where this was going to go, and then I created something according to that size loosely. So I don't have any dimensions or anything like that for you, but maybe if you see this, you can be inspired to make your own if you want to do something similar. So yeah, I just used foam core board and hot glue to put this together, and then regular paint. So I used acrylic paint, and the black is actually Waverly chalk paint, but everything else was acrylic. And you don't see at the end, I forgot to record me adding on the little stockings and the Grinch eyes, but the stockings I just drew out a stocking and then cut it out, and then I cut out some smaller ones. So again, I don't have a pattern or anything for that. It was just something that I created. And this here is how I created those iridescent ornaments. Like I said, I just picked up this iridescent tree from the Dollar Tree. I actually was kind of looking for the white ones, but I really like the iridescent one. It really does remind me of tinsel without the huge mess. This is just my way of acknowledging that tinsel and glittery things were popular in the 60s. And then this is that glitter base filler that I did for the garland. So I'm kind of showing you how I did that. I used some really small, these are beading needles, so you can find them I think with the beading stuff, because they're for like seed bead beading, so they're really small. And then this is fireline beading, like thread. It's not wire, I was gonna say wire, but it's really thread for small beading projects, and it's really super strong, so that's kind of why I use that. here, but you could probably use like upholstery thread and a really small needle. You don't want your needle to be too big because you don't want to create huge holes in the middle of it, because these are just little foam balls. So just make sure your needle is small, and then use a real sturdy thread so that it doesn't break. But I just pushed them right through, pushed the needle right through onto them, and made a big garland out of it. It was perfect. A little messy, of course, because it's glitter, but I thought it was pretty. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're still here, I really appreciate you so very, very, very much. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of my Grinch tree, and if you have any special traditions that you do every year. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you have a happy, healthy, and blessed day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye!